Sugo D1 round is on 2 days later. Since the Skyline is stuck at Shino's workshop, we have to take the train up to Shiroishi. Like most Japanese circuits, Sugo is deep in the mountains. Just like Ebisu 2, the weather is a bit ordinary when we arrive for the practice day. It's cold and windy, but nobody misses the opportunity for time on the circuit. This is the first time that D1 Grand Prix have used the main circuit, rather than the kart track which we showed you in HPI Volume 9. So the drivers are all nervous about the high-speed corners. While we wander around the pits, we bump into Taniguchi, so we show him our Aussie Drift magazine. One of the first cars on the track is Azumado's Breed 180SX, which runs an RX-6 turbo and a very loud wastegate. Shame this uphill section isn't judged. Tezuka lets us put the camera in his new car too. The B324R is based on an R32 Skyline 2-door with an R34 style front and wide body kit. This is only Tezuka's third event in the car, so he and Imai-san are still working on the setup. Apart from the tyre rubbing, it seems pretty good. Kumakubo is another driver coming to grips with a new car, while Nomikin has had years in the R34. It's only practice, but plenty of drivers are getting very close. Rito goes all out to the delight of Tsuchiya. He isn't the only one digging ditches though. Luckily, Tanaka brought some spare front bumpers. One of the most impressive cars today is Azumoto's RX-7, which just pumps smoke off the tyres. Soon it's time to pack up and get ready for qualifying the next day. The weather is even worse this morning, making drivers even more nervous about the new course. Qualifying in the rain is a fine line between impressing the judges and running off the track. Some drivers manage to get it just right, but others can't seem to keep it together. While it sucks to go into the gravel, there's a certain kudos in being able to drive it back out. Things don't get better as the morning wears on, but it's fun to watch. It doesn't pay to get frustrated. Toguchi demonstrates how the best seats are often the worst. Seems to be lapping the conditions up in the AE86, but Tokita is having a shocker in the Sora. motor goes in a few times too. Drift Samurai gets himself out of trouble against the odds, but it's only a brief respite for the recovery crew. That's the definition of understeer. The third corner takes its share of victims too. Somehow, Tezuka manages to make the best of it and advances unscathed to the top 16. The next batch of drivers don't look too thrilled about the conditions. The track dries out eventually, but it's not enough to keep everyone out of the gravel. The competition went much more smoothly the next day, but Option Video made sure nobody else could film that. After 10 days and over 1,500 kilometres, we were glad to call it a wrap anyway. We never did sell the R32. Instead, Darren had it fixed up and imported into Australia, so it might wind up in our next DVD too.